As a kid, I grew up quite rebellious. I also had a very bad relation with my earthly father. Somehow it reflected the way I grew up. I had certain dislike towards even church people. I found them quite boring and kind of living by just rules and regulations. I always had that notion that it's very boring to live in a godly life. And I always felt like a misfit, even in schools. And I never could connect with anyone. There was that emptiness in my heart. I always felt lonely, and somehow dance came into my life, and dance became a channel for me to just release all those issues going on in my heart. And dance was the only thing that gave me that a certain kind of freedom and that peace or joy. During one conference, I happened to meet the pastor of the Lighthouse Church. We happened to interact, and he asked me to perform in one of their fellowship services. Since then, pastor would ask me to come and attend the fellowship whenever you have free time, and somehow I got to get involved in that ministry. And during one of the events, I happened to encounter a man of God. I was told that I had a calling from God, and my gifts and talents would be used for His glory. He mentioned certain things that really freaked me out, and I felt like I'm not the right person or the candidate for God to use me. I decided that I would just run away from God's calling, and I just continued to live life on my own terms. And life went on. I went to Delhi and I was working there. To be honest, quite satisfied with the job. I thought I would have that peace and that happiness, but I always felt empty. And every night I would feel like I'm in the wrong place. And somehow, while working there, I even stopped dancing. As usual, I came home for Christmas one year, and during that phase, something was troubling my heart. Half of my heart was telling me that you should not go back to Delhi. You should stop doing all this thing and just pursue what God has for you. But then half of my heart was not willing, since I had also family responsibilities. And somehow I knew that my parents would not be so happy for me to quit everything and walk by faith. So it was a real struggle, but then I knew that I had to make a decision. And one day I just challenged God. I asked Him, if you really want me to be here in Nagaland, if you have a plan and purpose for me here, I challenge you to stop me from going back to Delhi. And immediately that same week, I received a call from a youth director of a church to be a resource person for dance on their annual Teens Fest. And immediately I just said yes, without realizing that I have to go back to Delhi. I just knew that it was from God, and I just knew that this is where I need to step into. And it was one of the bravest decisions that I took, surrendering my life to God fully. And that moment was very beautiful for me. And I started experiencing the true freedom that I was craving all these years, the true joy and peace that I was longing, and there has been no turning back since then. The one leap of faith that I took suddenly started to resurrect all my dead dreams. He started pruning me and fixing some issues of my heart and the unforgiveness I had with my earthly father. He softened my heart, and as I released forgiveness, He restored my relation with my earthly dad as well. And today I'm fully pursuing the call of God in my life and walking by faith in His will. And I'm thankful that God somehow brought me back through one of my passions, and that is dancing. I have a desire and a heart for dancing ministry where I could fully express the freedom, joy and peace that I've received after encountering God. I believe God has a plan and purpose for every human being on earth. And so I want to encourage people, and if you really want to see the heart of God and His goodness and favor, that can only be possible by seeking Him and allowing Him to come into your life.